Good day, students. Today we will have a summary of the grammar lesson that we had this week, and we were looking at using capital letters or when to use capital letters and how to use capital letters. And some of the things that we looked at is that we should use a capital letter always at the beginning of a sentence, the first word, the first letter should be a capital letter. We were looking at days of the week that should be capital letters. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also looking at months of the year, January through to December. And also titles of people's names. So, for instance, Doctor or Miss or Mrs. or Mr. All right, so I'm going to just recap on the video that I showed you in that video as well. I'm going to share the video and then we are going to go through the answers of our homework that I gave you. And this is the video that we had a look at. It's just a very short 2-minute video. So let's just remind ourselves of when do we use capital letters. Right, I'm going to stop the video there. That is basically the summary of what we were looking at. Beginning of a sentence, writing about yourself as well, which I didn't mention before, but writing about yourself and saying I should always be in a capital letter as well as the other things that I've mentioned previously. So going back to our PowerPoint slide, here we see that we should turn to page 101 in our grammar books. And here are the answers for the questions that we had. So the questions as follows. On Monday, we went to Mr. Young's grocery store. So Monday had to be capital letter and Mr. The Mr. of Mr. Young's should be capital letter. Number two, Mom and Miss Jones made potato salad on Tuesday. So Miss, the M for Miss Jones should be capital letter as well as the word Tuesday because it's a day of the week. Number three, Dr. Webb marched in the parade on Independence Day. So Doctor should be capital letter because it's a title, as well as Independence Day because it's a holiday. Number four, the 4th of July is another name for Independence Day. So July should be capital letter because it's a month of the year, and as well Independence Day as our previous answer because it's a holiday. Number five, I wish there were parades in June and August too. So June and August because they are both months of the year. And then we go on to our next page in our grammar book, which is page 102. So we have to underline the word that needs capital letter and write the word you underline. So my favorite holiday is Christmas. Christmas should be underlined and written down, which is number one's answer. Number two, I like the month of May best. The month of May as we know, it's a month of the year. So May. Number 2. Number 3, Saturday is the best day of the week. So Saturday should be underlined and written down. And number 4, is Mrs. Garcia coming? Is Mrs. Garcia coming? Mrs. should be capital letter. And then at the bottom of that page 102, this is now up to the own learner's discretion, and also whoever is helping you at home, whether it be your parents or your brother or sister or anyone who's helping you, tutors included. Write 2 to 3 lines telling me about your favorite holiday. Explain why it is your favorite, and try and use as many capital letters as you can, or words that could use capital letters, like the day of the week, or obviously the holiday should be written in capital letter. Remember to write I in capital letter as well. And then going to page 103, there we had to choose basically um, what letters is most appropriate, has the right answer there. So number 1 has on what our teacher had a surprise for us on Monday. There we have B with a capital letter M. Number 2 is what Mr. Fisk. So Mr. Fisk had to be C, because Mr. has to be capital letter, as well as Fisk has to be capital letter because it's his surname. So Mr. Fisk, capital letter, both letters, both words. And then number 3, people plant trees on the last Friday in. So it has to be April, which is the option A there. So A should be marked off. And then number 4, he told us it was Arbor Day. Arbor Day should be both words capital letters, both Arbor and Day. And then number 5, here let me just make sure that this is correct. Okay, just make sure this is correct here. That Mrs. Sloan is actually for the option A there. Mrs. Sloan should be capital letter Mrs. as well as her surname Sloan. And then 6 on that page 103 should be Saturday, which is C. On Saturday, I showed grandmother trees, so Saturday is in capital letter. And there we have it once again. So just make sure that this is correct there. And then our last page should look as follows, which is on page 104, last page for the day. Using capital letters, circle, find the words that need capital letters and write the words correctly. Circle the reason why capital letter is needed. What I did was I wrote the answer down, as well as the reason we should basically circle there with number 1, 2, and 3. So baseball practice begins on a Wednesday in April. So Wednesday should be capital letter because it's not written capital letter. On why, it's a day of the week. Number 2, it was I was practicing every day in March, and March should be in capital letter, and it is a month of the year. So number 3 is I even missed the parade on St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day should be in capital letter. Why? Because it is a holiday. And in number 4, 5, and 6, we have to underline the words that needs capital letters, write the words down. So our baseball coach will be Mr. Gibson. So Mr. should be in capital letter there, which wasn't in our original sentence. I will be ready for the first Monday game. So Monday should be in capital letter for number 5. And number 6 is the last one. The game will be on Memorial Day. Memorial and Day should be both in capital letters because it is a holiday. This then brings us to the end of this summary lesson for grammar, and I hope you have a good day.